Welcome to Juicing the People versus O.J. Simpson, the talk show that juices the events surrounding the O.J. Simpson murder trial. I'm your host, Adam Papagan.
And I'm JJ Stratford. Every week we discuss the latest O.J. Simpson media coverage and fact-check it against our memories as Los Angeles natives who grew up surrounded by the ultimate media circus.
That's right. That's what we do every week. That's why we're here. Any OJ news this week, JJ? How you doing, first of all?
I'm doing okay.
You rushed here.
I rushed here, yeah.
To get to the studio because we needed to cover OJ for the week. So I thank you. Our audience thanks you. We're glad you made it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah. So OJ news this week. Was there any? He's kind of been quiet the past couple weeks.
Well, I don't know. I've been thinking about it, and OJ is back in a big way. Like, he's just part of the culture now.
Yeah.
And I kind of think that it's like a redo of the 90s, even. Like, two of the most precious 80s rock stars died this year.
But that was after the 90s.
Because it means that the 80s are over.
Oh, the 80s are finally over?
Yeah, the 80s are over, like, officially. Like, when David Bowie and Prince passed away, like, really, the 80s are over.
David Bowie from the 70s, though?
He's all times. But he,
so time is over. It's all over.
But a lot of the things he does embody the 80s.
Okay. And Prince.
But
what about Michael Jackson died, like, 7 years ago?
Michael Jackson's kind of back, too.
He is, yeah. There's new evidence surfacing. So.
Yeah, but it's just, the 80s are over.
Okay, the 80s are over.
That's my term for it.
And now that it's 2016.
OJ is always in the
90s.
Media again. The Clintons are back.
Yeah, unfortunately.
There's police brutality and civil unrest, just like the 90s.
Yeah. Well, I love retro stuff, so.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a weird loop we're in.
Definitely. Well, we can contribute to that loop. That snake that got stuck in its skin. Did you see that on Facebook?
No.
There's a snake that's shedding. It got stuck. Like a wheel. Around and around. And that's us.
That is us.
That's us.
But there is so much to talk about. I'm not really complaining. I'm just pointing it out.
Well, I agree. A little OJ news from me. So doing OJ tour last week, the woman had just finally come around to the notion that OJ was guilty. She was sure he was innocent. So starting to get those people, the conspiracy theorists, the people. She said he was really nice. She met him in Florida and he was really nice.
What made her start to think that maybe he did it?
She didn't have any one defining epiphany or anything like that. It was just 22 years.
Well, I wonder what these shows, especially this new ESPN documentary series, is anyone really going to walk away from this and say, I think he's innocent?
Well, those documentaries have an agenda.
Yeah.
You got to see the new documentary.
I'm kind of looking forward to the Innocent documentary, actually.
There's another guy who asked for an OJ tour who wants to see the restaurant where Jason Simpson was working.
Oh.
The other suspect.
Yeah.
So that's something I never even thought about. I think it was on Montana. That's my guess.
Yeah, I don't know the name of that restaurant, do you?
No, but I bet it was over on Montana. Close to Bundy.
So people can now make requests for stops?
Sure, yeah. We'll go to the McDonald's if you want.
How come we didn't go to the graveyard?
The graveyard's in Orange County. You mean where the funeral was?
Yeah.
St. Martin's Horse? Oh. It's not necessary. Why?
Yeah.
Don't mess with it.
I don't want to go to Orange County.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
We should go down there, though. We need to visit Ron and Nicole's graves.
Ron is buried there, too?
No, Ron is up in Westlake Village.
Oh, yeah. Let's go sometime, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we need to pay our respects in more ways than just juicing.
Orange County. Orange juice. OJ. It
all makes sense. It's a loop.
It's the loop. It's the loop we're in. All right, so part 2 of this documentary. I'm rationing out the documentary. I'm only watching a little bit of it at a time.
I think that's smart because I binge watched it at first, and then it just kind of gets all jumbled.
Yeah. Have you rewatched it?
I rewatched the second one today just
cool.
to remember what happened.
Yeah. A lot of stuff happening. So I'm going to get my notes out here.
So OJ's retired. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
No more football.
Yeah, these are like the Act 2, obviously.
Act 2. Act 1, football. Act 2, Hollywood.
Yeah. So OJ's in Hollywood. Did you notice that a lot of great home videos in this segment? OJ wearing a Star Wars t-shirt.
I didn't notice that. I guess I'm such a Trekkie, I blocked it out.
Yeah, Juice liked Star Wars.
Of course, yeah.
Do you think he identified with Darth Vader? You've probably never seen Star Wars, right?
I have, actually.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah.
So you've never seen Seinfeld?
I even saw the new one. I just haven't seen Seinfeld, yeah.
Have you seen all of the Star Wars, all 7 of them?
I haven't seen the Jar Jar Binks one, which I kind of want to watch it.
Any of those 3?
I don't remember what the second one was in that.
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones.
That
I
one's
fell
really
asleep
bad.
at the ArcLight. Like
That
the only
one's
time
bad.
I fell asleep in a movie.
The 3rd one's really bad, too. Revenge of the Sith. They're all really bad.
They're all bad.
They're all bad. But OJ liked them. Cool vintage Star Wars shirt. Oh, and they're also talking about the DARE program.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to talk to you about that really bad.
So for those of you who don't know, the DARE program stood for Drug, Alcohol, Resistance Education. And it was a class that the LAPD put on, and they'd come into your classroom if you were LA Unified School District student in 5th grade. I don't know when you had it.
I
But
had it 6th grade.
Okay, we had it in 5th grade. And they would make you do crossword puzzles and coloring books and stuff.
role-playing.
Role-playing.
Like getting up in front of the class and be like, hey, I have some marijuana. Adam, do you want some?
Oh, gee, marijuana. I don't know. It's not for me.
All right, well, you know where you can find me.
And it was a big waste of time, and it was found to be not successful at all. What was your experience with the DARE program?
Well,
There was one good thing about it, though.
there's lots of good things.
Oh,
about
there were
it.
lots of good things?
Yeah.
The T-shirt.
The T-shirt.
When you complete the program, you got a very iconic black shirt. It said DARE with red letters, and then in white letters it said, to resist drugs and alcohol, whatever the slogan was.
To keep kids off
To
drugs.
keep kids off drugs.
And the only people that wear those shirts nowadays are drug dealers or people that are really into drugs.
It's ironic, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, look at me now.
and it was, I guess, created by Daryl Gates, the controversial police chief.
Oh, that makes
at the
sense.
time. Yeah, and I think it's a bit of a scam because he was like working with Nancy Reagan, like two super shady people, trying to keep people off of drugs.
It was probably used by him to get cops in to like spy on kids.
It's a way to get money. It's definitely a way. I think it's like they were splitting the money between the Reagans and the Gates family, I bet.
Oh, for sure. Ugh, what a waste of time that was.
But recently I was at the supermarket and I walked outside and there's people trying to get you to sign petitions and stuff. And these two teenagers are like, we're trying to reinstate the DARE program.
That happened to me.
I just started laughing. I was like, sorry, I'm not going to help you with that. No.
I stopped and
It's like, DARE
talked to him.
program is so stupid. It's kind of how I found out about, I kind of knew about drugs because I had seen them around my parents, but I kind of learned about harder drugs from that class. I learned way more about drugs than I should have from the DARE program.
Well, it was a lot about smoking cigarettes when I did it.
Oh.
And hard drugs. But there was nothing hardly about not overdosing on pills, which is so common.
They don't talk about pills because obviously Nancy Reagan and Daryl Gates were probably pilling it up like crazy.
Oh yeah, Nancy Reagan's told pill.
Like, no, not if it's prescription.
Yeah, that would be a good thing to throw in the education.
Yeah.
Don't get addicted to pills.
Yeah, it's
But
the hardest thing to get off of.
It went straight from a glass of alcohol to heroin. There was no in between at all.
I knew we were going to talk about Dare.
Yeah,
I knew. I was
I
like,
wrote
get
it
straight
down.
to it. Well, we had a rap that we would do. We had to do like a performance at the end of the Dare program.
We had a graduation. They called it a
Yeah.
culmination. Dare
The
culmination.
Dare culmination.
You had to do a rap though? Do you remember it?
I do.
Okay.
I just remember the singing part.
Let's hear it.
But I just went, Dare, drug abuse, resistance, education, Dare,
Dare,
drug abuse. The whole sixth grade class.
And a propaganda song in there.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work. Yeah, when they asked me for money, I was like, no, they shouldn't have this. And then they were like, well, this is the new Dare program. Like, you're brainwashed.
Someone discovered the loophole or where the money was going, and they just wanted to reenact it, I'm sure.
Oh, they just used the hip brand name.
Dare, I've seen a lot of T-shirts.
And why do they need money to do it? Like, aren't the kids already in school?
The kids are in school, and the police come to the school and
Why can't the teacher just do it? What money does that cost?
True.
Hey, guys, don't do drugs. These are the things that can happen. Here's a sticker. The T-shirt is that's like $3. Oh, two screens, but it's red and white.
Oh yeah, 2 screens.
It's like $4 maybe. The T-shirts were too big too. That's what I don't like about it. When you're 10 years old, they give you a size
Because you gotta
adult
grow
large
in.
T-shirt.
You have to grow into your stoner body to fill it out.
So yeah, how did that relate to OJ? He did a thing for the Dare program? I just remember that was in the documentary.
It's in there for such a short amount of time, but they're just talking about who Daryl Gates was and what his legacy was.
Oh, okay.
And one of them is Dare.
Hmm.
That's one of, I guess he created the SWAT style of policing.
Yeah,
I
the
guess
Hammer, Operation Hammer.
He likes, what do they call it? Acronyms?
Mm-hmm.
SWAT, Dare. Give me 4 letters that mean other things. Daryl Gates.
Controversial figure.
Mm-hmm.
He was racist. All the cops in this come across as racist. Every single one of them. Even the good cops.
Even
above
Furman.
them. Yeah. What?
Just when I thought maybe Furman was misunderstood, he's
That guy's definitely
incriminating himself so many times in this ESPN documentary.
racist. Why does he agree to do things? Like interviews and stuff. They're just going to make him look like a racist.
I think he's into his brand.
He also, if you're racist, at a certain point, you can stop defending, pretending you're not racist. You could be like, yeah, whites are better.
That's part of this new and improved 90s where racists just own it.
Mm-hmm. I like that, though. Not that they're racist, but that they're owning it. We can at least create a dialogue, talk about it.
True.
Change some hearts and minds.
Some people come across really racist in the ESPN documentary, just in their commentary about this whole thing.
That's how you are. That's when you are racist, though.
I know, but at
Because
least
you're just casually saying stuff. That's what's
I think,
most racist.
but I think a few times people are saying things, but they think they're just sort of sharing their wisdom, but it just comes off as racist. Especially his golf friends, which I still can't believe he hung out with those guys.
Yeah, those guys are such losers.
They're so square.
Why wasn't he hanging out with cool celebrities?
Apparently he was, though. All the Rockingham is Graceland. Didn't you want to go to some of those pool parties?
Oh, yeah, of course. They looked so fun.
So fun. I really would. There's a few things of the OJ legacy I'd like to get my hands on. I've got a wish list.
Okay.
Number 1, the Frogman script.
Oh.
Number 2, their wedding video.
Number 3, the funeral video. We'll talk about that next episode.
Yeah.
But who makes a video of a funeral?
Well, camcorders were in. Which brings us
hey,
to
we
the
might want
LA
to watch this later. Brings us to what?
The LA riots.
Oh, the LA riots.
Also a big subject in the documentary.
Mm-hmm. Huge. Well, leading up to that, did you know about 39th and Dalton? That was in it for a second.
Oh.
That's when they went to that apartment and just
Yeah.
destroyed everything.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, I never heard about that.
Yeah.
That was gnarly. They busted out the TV.
I remember all those things, Latasha.
Oh, yeah.
But I was in high school during the time when like the LA riots happened when I was in senior in high school. So all those events leading up to it are kind of, I was in the Black Student Union in high school.
You were one of those, huh?
Yeah, I was one of those.
The Black Student, was it cool that you were in it? Were they cool with it?
They were cool with it,
Or was
yeah.
it kind of like...
It was the 90s. Come on, it was the Daisy age. And also I went to like a primarily black school, but then there was a lot of, I know that like a lot of the OJ stuff that really talks about like the wedge between people and black and white, but the school I went to, like we all really did try to like get along and like understand each other. Black Student Union.
What did the Black Student Union do? What were some of your big initiatives?
Well, it's funny because I just, before the Rodney King video came out, we would meet like during lunchtime once a week, and then the teacher would write like a quote from various like poets or writers or like black heroes, and then it was more inspirational and educational. She would just kind of talk about black history because it wasn't really in the curriculum, the everyday curriculum.
But you weren't like trying to like plan a Sadie Hawkins dance.
No.
Or anything like that.
No. And I wasn't like trying to like, I wasn't even into hip hop. I was like a mod kid. It was kind of mod, kind of ska, kind of punk. Just sort of.
Unity.
Yeah. I was like, I think in my video yearbook I have like an Africa medallion.
You have a video yearbook?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta
We've
get a
talked
copy
about
of
this
it. I gotta
before.
get a copy of it.
It's
I'll trade
really
you-
embarrassing.
I'll trade you 2 video yearbooks I've acquired for a copy of yours.
Okay.
That's Culver City High School
That's a sweet deal.
and one from Northern California.
But during the when the Rodney King video was released, the Black Student Union met up, and this is way before the LA riots and everything started happening, and before they even got arrested or the cops. They just talked about. They said, "Look, this videotape was released. Like, what are we gonna do?" Like, it was like as soon as the tape was released, it was a big issue. So it was like kind of. The water started boiling.
So, yeah, what did you do when the riots went down, once it all broke out?
Well, I went to Fairfax High School,
Uh-huh.
which was Melrose and Fairfax area, and as soon as the riots broke out, we didn't go to school for 2 weeks because it was like in our neighborhood. Like my supermarket burned down, and like I got a shotgun pulled on me. Like, it was pretty crazy. And I remember just like walking down the street and then just seeing a bunch of people running and like breaking into like a electronics place.
After the riots, what was the mood at the Black Student Union?
Kind of just more about healing, and then how do we deal with police brutality and equality, which is all just really depressing when I think about it, because nothing has improved at all. So I just feel like a little bit confused by it.
But there was a gap where we like weren't hearing about it. So have things just gone back? Like, was it better for a time?
No, I just think it's just because it's not covered. Nothing has changed at all. Like, even the fact that O.J. Simpson was acquitted didn't really heal anything. It was payback for some, but it really didn't. Is it really payback if this is still happening?
O.J. during the riots, though. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's just in Brentwood with
Nice.
Daryl Gates,
Yeah.
who also ran off to Brentwood.
They're just chilling out.
Well, there was this, I remember this, I want to show this slide. This was all around, up and down Melrose, all through.
Casual drug users.
It's a what do you call it when you go to like a gun range?
A shooting range
Shooting
poster,
range
a target.
poster.
A target from a shooting range, and it's of
It's of Daryl
Chief
Gates.
Gates. And it says, casual drug users ought to be taken out and shot. That's a quote by him. But shot is crossed out. Beaten is scribbled across.
But this was everywhere for like a year after the riots.
Whatever happened to Daryl Gates?
He resigned.
After the riots? Mm-hmm. Is he still alive?
He's passed away now. Oh. I've got his whole history right here. I didn't know he was born in Glendale.
Oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm. Where did it go wrong? Just living in Glendale?
Wanting to be a cop?
Yeah. Chief Gates. O.J. was in a movie with Elizabeth Montgomery. That was also in this segment.
Who's Elizabeth Montgomery?
Who is Samantha from Bewitched?
Oh, rad.
Yeah, she's cool.
Oh, is that the killing affair? Oh,
yeah.
I want to see that so bad. I love the clips that they're choosing, although they're kind of heavy-handed.
Well, it's hard for a 5-hour documentary not to be heavy-handed.
Yeah, and this case is heavy-handed, I suppose. But they try to lighten it up with that what's that dancing movie where O.J. Simpson is dancing with like a little girl, like a Shirley Temple type, that really is just like a throwback to like not so good days of Hollywood.
What movie was it?
I don't know. They don't put it. They didn't. I watched it twice now. I'm like, why won't they put like a lower third to tell me what movie this is?
O.J. was in a lot of movies.
I didn't know he could do magic too. What can he do?
He made that knife disappear. Yeah. Again and again and again. The cops loved O.J. Oh, in this part he beats up Nicole. Keith Zlumsowicz was in this part.
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm so glad.
Keith Zlumsowicz is the owner of the Mezzaluna restaurant.
We got a little intimate. Nicole Simpson met a lot of people on the slopes.
Yeah, that's how she met Cato, too.
Yeah.
It was the same trip?
I don't know. I was wondering, I was like, wow, was that just like a fun trip? Or she's like, meets Cato, she meets Keith.
Is that the trip where there's that photo of her in the hot tub with the two guys?
Oh, I don't know.
You know that photo?
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, that's
Maybe
famous. You've seen it.
I have, yeah.
It's her, and she has her arm around Keith Slumsowicz's head, and there's some other guy there. Why'd they take a photo of that?
Having fun.
Get it developed, go to the photo mat, get this trip to Aspen on there. Do you think Nicole knew that O.J. was watching them when her and Keith got a little intimate?
I do. Like, who does that in front of a huge window when you know you have a stalker ex-husband?
What about O.J. going on the lam after he beat her up? And the cop, couldn't arrest him?
Just foreshadowing.
It's what maybe he made him think he could get away with it in the future. So I just leave,
Yeah, what kind of punishment is
buddies.
like a celebrity golf tournament as a punishment? Shame on them.
O.J.'s version of that story, and If I Did It, is very different.
What is it?
He says, well, it's not that different. He says Nicole hit him.
Uh-huh.
And then when he said he has two other women, he was talking about he had two nannies in the house to take care of the kids. And so she didn't need to come back into the house until she cooled down.
It wasn't Tawny Katane
Paula
Barbieri.
Tawny Katane.
Tawny Katane.
She had an affair with O.J. Did you know that?
I did know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, 2-year-long affair.
Really?
Yeah.
While he was married to Nicole?
While Nicole's pregnant with Sydney.
2 years?
Because, she got fat. I've heard that a few times. Actually, I've heard it from Fate Resnick's book. And then the woman, I'm forgetting her name right now, the woman that they interview quite a bit in this one,
what's
the
her
blonde
name?
lady.
Yeah.
She wrote a book about how to make it in Hollywood. And I bought it on Amazon for $2. And then I got a message. The only time this has ever happened where they say, oh, sorry, actually, that book's not available.
Well, now you're never going to make it in Hollywood.
I know, and it's never going to make it on this show or in the OJ library.
She was Nicole's realtor. She was the one who picked a house that was so easy to get into.
She picked the house with the biggest windows.
Cato is not in this documentary. They were like kind of just glossed over him.
You know who's in it that's really interesting though is Ron Shipp.
Oh, I love Ron Shipp.
He's so in love and enamored with O.J. Simpson. It kind of makes sense. It almost makes me wonder, like, how did he like follow O.J. Simpson from like USC? And did he follow him to Brentwood?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
He got a job in Brentwood, and then he just knocked on OJ's door.
So he could show off and be like, cool, the cool cop.
You know what? Those parties at Rockingham might have sucked. So just went with a bunch of cops and like
no way
square white golf guys.
Not in the early days, though. Some of those photos, I guess so, yeah. Like your wildest friend is Robert Kardashian.
Bob.
But he had they showed a picture where it's like James Caan. I was like, oh, he's hanging out with like tough Hollywood actors. Bad guys.
I would have gone. If I was invited.
Pool party?
The wedding. I would have loved to have attended that
I want
wedding.
to watch that wedding video. They just showed 2 clips of the lady like, where's the drugs?
Oh, yeah. Where's the drug lady? You can see the statue in the background.
I know. I noticed that too, because some people have said that was an embellishment in the FX series.
Flavor Flav has it.
It's like a picture of OJ like holding like old school Coors beer and the statues and that.
He gives a nice speech to Nicole and says he's going to be a great father. Seems like it was a good ceremony.
Great music.
Oh, definitely.
And it's them like doing the conga line to the Pointer Sisters.
And if I did it, he said the party went all night, that they had to serve breakfast to the guests.
So fun. So fun.
Christy Kardashian. She would have been there. They all would have been there.
I wonder if Susan Harris was there.
Susan Harris is...
She's the woman that created the Golden Girls who lived 2 doors.
Right.
She lived 2 doors down.
Oh, yeah,
And
your
my mom gave her B12 shots.
Soap.
That's my connection.
She created soap, too.
Yeah.
What about the Roxbury? What do you know about the Roxbury?
Oh, I love it when they talk about these old LA nightclubs. Well, Night at the Roxbury kind of made it famous.
I didn't know that it was a real club.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one. Mm-hmm. Was it in Brentwood?
No, it's on the Sunset Strip.
Oh.
And it was upstairs. There was like the Coconut Teaser was on the corner of Fairfax. Fairfax and Sunset was like, there's a building there. It was a big club, Coconut Teaser, and it was pink. And then maybe a block or 2 down was the Roxbury.
Block 2 West?
Before Carney's, what's that hot dog stand?
Yeah, that's Carney's.
Yeah.
It was around there.
It was around there. Between Coconut Teaser and Carney's. And I think it was around for a really long time, the Roxbury.
Did you ever go?
I never went, no. Never really interests me. It's kind of a douchebags club. But in hindsight, I don't know.
Funny sketch.
Yeah.
Well, this is,
they I think Paris Hilton later was like a regular of that club too. It's that type of place.
It sounds cool. They all were hanging out there.
Faye Resnick used to go there. She talks about it in her book.
I gotta borrow that from you. I want to read it.
I have the book on tape.
Oh.
I wish that I had it because there's a lot of things I want to like refer to.
It's expensive.
It's expensive. And it's fun to listen to because her voice is kind of sultry. Yes. Nicole.
To pick that up. Mm-hmm. And then the last thing I had to go down, Nicole Simpson's photography.
Yeah.
Her photography hobby.
I wondered about that too.
How serious a hobby do you think this was?
Well, photography was kind of a cool thing in the 90s.
And it was film,
There's a lot
digital.
it was film, that's true. There was a lot of super photographers out there, Richard Avedon and fashion photography, celebrity photography.
And
Annie Leibovitz, who knows? Or maybe she just wanted to photograph kids. Who knows?
I'm imagining two things off of Nicole Simpson's photography. I'm imagining first there was a place in Brentwood in the plaza where the California Pizza Kitchen is and where Z90049 was. That was the store Ron Goldman modeled for. 9049 is the zip code of Brentwood. There was like a photo gallery that they'd take your photo and they'd make it like an Andy Warhol, like a, like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like the different colors, like the contrast and stuff, like pink and green and yellow and blue. I'm imagining that informed Nicole's artistic style a lot. That photo gallery next to the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh.
You have to pass to go to Cheesecake Factory. And we know that she went there because it's in I Love My Friends, Kris Kardashian's song. Bible study, Cheesecake Factory. I'm also imagining like super 90s photos of the Simpsons kids in the house.
Oh, definitely.
In the Bundy condo.
Oh, that's a good way to kind of discover her photos.
We'll never see them now. I bet that'd be a
The Nicole
addition.
Brown Simpson photography collection. Rare prints. Make it happen. Maybe she liked to shoot skiers.
Yeah, that's why she was in Aspen all the
Yeah,
time.
maybe she loved like the snowy landscape. She could have shot ski wear catalogs.
Well, yeah, she did like the snow.
She liked the snow, and she
no
liked
She liked the snow, and she liked the snow.
male models, maybe. They kind of go together.
I'd rather go to a party at Nicole's house.
Yeah. You know when the 911 phone calls, and they're like, what is he wearing? And she's like, black pants and a golf shirt. I'm like, what a square.
That's what
Golf
he liked to wear.
shirt. He's like, yeah.
That white polo shirt he was arrested in.
Ugh.
Well, and then, of course, the episode ends with the murders.
Not they didn't really get. They kind of well. They hint at the end about her possibly having an affair with Marcus Allen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, why didn't you have that? They didn't hint at it. They were pretty insistent that it happened.
Yeah.
OJ in that suicide note, it mentions Marcus Allen. He says not to revealed cops' secret file on Marcus Allen. Yeah, he's like the young OJ.
Yeah.
He's the new OJ. And OJ said to him, we can't do this. We're SC guys. SC guys look out for each other.
What do you think?
Did she have an affair with him?
I think so.
Probably. Why not?
Because
Get back at OJ.
well, he was their friend, and I think that he had a lot of qualities that she liked in OJ, but he was like younger, better, nicer, a different chance. And maybe he was there for her if he's around. Maybe I think they were friends.
Oh yeah, they were. OJ talks about that in the book.
And in Faye Resnick's book, she talks about it too. She talks about how Nicole had like actually a really big crush on him for a long time, and that even though they were both married, that she had feelings for him. And everyone said like you can't do that. It'll like drive OJ crazy. And she liked to drive him crazy.
She loved OJ crazy. Drive OJ crazy. So I think they probably did have an affair. But then why didn't he kill Marcus Allen?
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, so he couldn't have Nicole.
Well, you know how he could, in the documentary they also talk about how he didn't get the role in the character in Ragtime.
Yeah.
It's like the one role he went out for that he didn't get, and he kind of views it as a failure. I think him not being able to control or keep Nicole is also like, I think he's so successful You're going to obsess over your failures if you're that involved in your life.
He has to stamp out any evidence of failure.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Here's something I was thinking about the other day. A lot of other celebrities have killed people, not just OJ.
Yeah.
And it really varies who the public forgives and who they don't. Like Matthew Broderick,
Matthew Broderick?
auto accident, Brandy,
Oh, really?
Caitlyn
Brandy.
Jenner, Ted Kennedy, Phil Spector, but he went to jail, Robert Blake. A lot of celebrities are murderers.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, there's a lot of reasons why people. First of all, it was on TV for like 467 days straight.
they're hearing
That's
about it
enough to
constantly.
like be kind of
Mm,
annoying in your face all the time.
yeah.
It extends beyond O.J. Simpson. That's why.
Okay, I'm just saying, if any celebrity does anything wrong, then
Oh yeah, they can like brush it under the rug so easy.
yeah. So
Because no one even talks about Caitlyn Jenner killed someone like not that long ago.
yeah, exactly.
What that you always read like Caitlyn Jenner, transgendered hero. Like I don't think she killed someone.
Nah. Well, wait, who was it? Caitlyn or was it Bruce? That could be important. Because Caitlyn's the hero. Bruce Jenner is like the weirdo former Olympian. Nobody liked Bruce Jenner. Everybody likes Caitlyn Jenner. Which one was it? I think he was still Bruce.
I think. Well, when do you? I don't think. Well, I'm sure that she's decided that Bruce did it.
Oh, of course, yeah. That's how she's rationalized it to herself.
Yeah, she hadn't come out to the public yet, but I think she was Caitlyn.
Maybe that was the deciding moment.
This
Like,
also. Do you think the Kardashian family was really offended when she chose her name and didn't make it begin with a K?
I think that was intentional, despite the rest of the family. That was for sure a power move.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a K name, but not with a K.
Mm-hmm. They for sure thought about it and talked about it. Wonder what OJ.
Why do you think some
That's right.
celebrities get forgiven?
Because I think it's if you do something wrong and you go, hey, really sorry about that, it won't happen again. People will just kind of forget about it. But when you're so insistent that you're innocent, everybody thinks you're guilty, it just becomes a more like, just admit it. Like people take it personally that you're lying to them all the time. But if you just come clean, I think OJ needs to confess. And then he can start to be forgiven and get his image back.
But if he confesses, his intrigue is gone. No more documentaries.
Oh.
No more conspiracy theories. No more juicing.
He can't confess.
He can't. It's his. He's just a weird entity that. The ESPN documentary is definitely trying to like prove a point and like change society, and they're really, I mean, it's well done, but they're really trying to like press, sort of move the story along. But really, it's just made me think like, this happened all for a reason, to be a topic of conversation, and that's what his like purpose is, to be this like enigma.
Still trapped by fame.
Trapped by fame.
Some
Probably the
things never
most,
change.
he's the best story of fame. The like double-edged sword of fame.
Yeah. Some good ones out there. Yeah, it's up there. The legendary O.J. Simpson. We have some time left now. I know we didn't talk about this before, so I don't know if you have any ready, but you have all these tabloids here.
Mm-hmm.
Over a year's worth, it looks like.
Yeah.
Is there one that's from like the end of June, 94, 95? We could see what else was going on in the news at the time.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I put them in order.
First week of July.
Oh, June 1995.
June 95, okay.
You want to?
So,
Well, Melrose
what's on the
Place. Who lives and who dies? That's pretty good. Oh, there's a lot of Christopher Reeve in these tabloids.
So that was at this time. He got bucked off a horse.
Yeah. Superman. He's another. Okay, so, oh, page 1 in 1995. Okay. It's Nicole. It's pretty gross, the murder scene.
The murder scene photos. Okay, so in 21 years ago. This
So
month.
21 years ago, on the cover of the Globe, which is like the National Enquirer, it's world exclusive Nicole murder scene photos, and then Marcia Clark's tragic battle with bulimia.
Oh, that is tragic.
And it's her Scientologist husband that is
Leaked that she was bulimic?
Yeah, he's the person they interview about her bulimia.
Oh, what a shyster.
He's obviously not OT3. But on page 1 it says, Cruise's wife, my hubby's not gay. About Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
So those rumors have dogged his career.
And also, Ivana Trump has a advice column in every issue of the Globe.
Is there any stuff about her husband?
Well,
Running
the
for
first
president or
question
anything?
is, help, my husband's cheating on me.
Oh,
Do you want to know what Ivana's advice is?
what's the advice?
I've been married for 8 years, but recently I found out my husband's cheating. Oh, wait. Some women sit and hope their husband will get tired of his mistress. Others don't care so long as he brings home a paycheck. Then there are women like myself who refuse to sit quietly while a man betrays them. If I were in your shoes, I'd confront your husband and see if he can solve your problems.
Ivana's giving out okay advice.
I kind of like Ivana Trump.
Do you like Ivanka?
No.
You don't?
Although she's like a weird ghost of Ivana. She's like a carbon copy.
Yeah. I like her. I like Melania. I like how they stand. He has like babes standing behind him
That's
when
like
he gives the speeches.
total like bimbo patrol.
Yeah. It's like Dr. Gene Scott. An old babe and a young babe. So what else was going on? And now, so June 95, that was a year after the murders.
And they're still.
Okay, wait, here's something we go one more. Who shot Mr. Burns? I didn't realize
LA
that.
cop cracks real Simpson case. The Simpsons.
Does it say who he thinks? No,
Well,
they
it's
don't
a
even
theory.
have.
It's a theory of all the different like people who could have done it. Was it Krusty?
Do you know who it was?
I don't.
It was Maggie.
Oh, really?
She's not even on that.
I've only seen
list
like
of-
2
that's right.
episodes of The Simpsons. I've seen like every Futurama though. I know, I'm weird.
Futurama. That show's okay. And
It's all so good. Prayers for Superman.
okay.
Melrose Place was big at the time.
It's interesting how they cover the drama on the TV show. Like, there's no, and like the fake murder on The Simpsons with the real murder of a Simpson.
Because it's all drama.
It's just,
It doesn't matter
given,
if it's fictional or real.
It's given even weight. All the information is in the tabloid.
Allison blinded by bomb.
Oh no. And is there any
5 dumb places on internet. Whoa, early internet.
early internet? Oh, here's Marcia and her bulimia.
Marcia is eaten alive by bulimia.
Poor Marcia. Oh wow, this has all her different hairstyles over the years too. Times are a changin', Marcia through the years.
Young Marcia actually looked pleasantly plump at age 28 in 1982, but as the photos show, she gradually became thinner and thinner. She said she'd been bulimic since she was a teenager, her husband confides.
This is good. And Melanie fears Madonna will steal steal her lover boy Antonio. These celebrity stories and beefs are better in the 90s
They're so
than they
much
are
better.
now.
They're so fun. I love the tabloids. And every time I post them on Instagram, people stop following me. It's awesome. I'm like, don't follow. I don't care.
They'll stop following you, but they won't stop shopping at a grocery store that displays these.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
They don't realize that tabloids are a part of media history.
oh yeah. Sometimes it's the only truth out there is the tabloids.
Yeah.
They're
This is the only one talking about Marcus Allen.
The only news source with the guts to talk about what's really going on.
And show the crime scene photos,
Yeah.
which they were going to do in the ESPN documentary.
They are? Oh, well, looking forward to that.
And they're like new stories new information never before revealed about the O.J. Simpson case. It was in the tabloids before.
Never revealed on television. Well, we are almost out of time. Oh, wow, those are
The
some...
crime scene photos are really gross.
Yeah,
I
we don't...
can't
Well, maybe
deal.
we'll reveal them on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'll definitely put the bulimia.
Yeah, well,
Marsha Clark. I'll put some choice pics on our Facebook page.
it's interesting to see her through the years. And make sure you are following us on Facebook for these extra OJ bonuses, these juice bonuses. Bonus juice.
Bonus shoes, bonus.
Bonus juice. Let's end on, this is getting beat up. I need to get one of those.
Do we not have a juice sponsor anymore?
I need to email her. I don't think she knows the show's back.
Oh, okay.
But I missed that juice. That's good juice.
Yeah, I'm
$12.
thirsty.
All right, OJ's favorite barroom pickup line, number 278. Excuse me, miss, but could I interest you in breaking up my marriage? Maybe that's Marcus Allen's favorite joke.
Oh, definitely.
Well, all right, good stuff. We're not even halfway done with the documentary yet. So for most of July, and then we'll be going through and hopefully guest at the end of that who can put a bow on all of this. But until next time, thank you for listening. This is Adam Papagan for JJ Stratford saying, don't squeeze the juice.